Hello, my name is
Fahnenflucht, Verrat!
and I just played 40 hours of Assassin's Creed, so I'm gonna climb this wall.
Are you sure?
Yes, of course.
Do you want to try one more time? Anton?
Ranton!
It's already time for another Assassin's Creed game? Ay caramba. IGN said it's unglaublich. Well, oh baby, when you talk like that, you make me so hyped. But is it really true? How does the famous Bédezeau say? T'es bon en cuisine, t'es bon en legging. Women, am I right? Why do they not want to fuck me? Anywho.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey from Ubisoft. Going in.
Step off the bus. Of course I'm gonna sit in bus. I shit in bus. I don't feel nothing.
Before even getting into this whole shabang bang bang, you have to pick your gender. I wanted to play as Andra. But come on, I'm not gay, I wanna play with men. Fuck. But yeah, Cassandra, bro, she's boring. So of course then you play as Alexios, the grandkid of the legendary and well-known Spartan warrior Leonidas. Yes, that's him. I know what you think. He's gone from Sparta to loser. Although impressive biceps, and please don't fist my wife. I hope you remember that Spartans are elite super soldiers. Don't fuck with them. Not him, that was Thomas. So obviously they have their own customs and traditions. Like, you're thirsty? No problem. Here, have a dyed spear. One day when Alexios was just a young boy and his little sister was just a little jail baby,
Sheesh.
the tradition said, throw that baby off a rock cause it's a shit.
Take the baby.
Long story snort, he tries to save her, they fall down, he jumps into a boat, but no tiger, strands on the beach, weird guy comes along and says, I do something for you, you do a few things for me. Call the cops. So he grows up living his peaceful life on this gorgeous remote little island, which is just so wow. Wow. But everything changes when this man comes along. And that's where I'm going to leave it. Thank you. Thank you. And good night. The Assassin's Creed franchise has come a long way. You could call it the Johnny Sins of video games. Don't pretend you don't know. Just don't. From Altair's moral conflict during the Crusades to the French and their fucking eyeballs, il déchire grave cousin. Things have changed a lotti carotti. Not so much since the last game though. I'd say it's 70% still the same, with only a couple of noteworthy additions and changes. For instance, you can finally fight civilians. Look! Great fight! So that's what I want to focus on. It's still an open world game, taking quests, marking enemies, you can climb anything, and by anything, I mean foreskin. You can also ride horses or crouch on them to avoid scrambled eggies between your leggies. Yada yada, you get the gist and your mother gets the jizz. So what's new? Well, the map for one. This all plays out in a miniature version of ancient Greece. Ever heard of it? Zeus, maybe? Zeus Mabit? But don't get me wrong, miniature does not mean small and I'm fine with what I have. Greece is a country with many islands. In fact, name one other country in the real world that has that many islands. Okay, name 2 countries that have that. Okay, shut up! In order to get around, you get a boat right after the prologue. You can shoot arrows and javelins. Jav. Once you wreck another ship, you can board it for some close combat action and to refill some of your boat's health. Or just ram it hard until it splits like a spagat. It does not get simpler than that. That is.
Push it out.
You can further upgrade your boat and all of its offensive and defensive capabilities, change some basic cosmetics, and also assign up to 4 captains or lieutenants or seamen. Sorry bros, I grew up. I will not be making a joke about seamen now. It would not be appropriate in the presence of women, because you can also have an all-female crew which doesn't suck at all. I wish. Prude fucking horse. Those lieutenants merely provide some improved stats, but how you get a hold of them is way more interesting, which leads me to combat and stealth. It's possible now to check out your enemy statistics through the eagle view, approach them silently, then knock them the fuck out to hire them for your crew. In combat, blocking has been removed, which is realistic if you consider Tom Cruise's face, and you can only dodge and parry. A well-timed dodge will slow down time for a few seconds, and a parry will increase the damage of your next attack.
That's a lot of damage!
Another step towards the classic RPG genre is the addition of active skills such as the Spartan kick or the Spartan kick and the Spartan kick, and I love the fucking Spartan kick! The skill trees are basically Odyssey's classes as they are divided into assassin, hunter and warrior, with each individual skill having 3 levels.
Becoming a whore for loot has never been more attractive now that an armor system has appeared. Out of the wild, like a Pokemon. There are items for legs, chest, arms, waist, head and shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes.
Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes.
If you don't like what you got, you can either scrap it to get some of these resources or sell them for drachme at the blacksmith, who is usually not black, so it's just bullshit, but he's even more handy. Every piece of equipment you come across has an engraving slot, which is another passive bonus that you can apply, and more possible engravings are unlocked as you level up and complete various challenges. You can change them at any time, but they are costly. If you don't mind spending even more $, you can go for the ultimate first class option, upgrading, which means that the item will be lifted up to your current level. Quests are same old, right? Faccia di merda? Of course not. There are cuckold quests.
Your husband is tired. Allow me to satisfy your hunger.
I've never been with a mercenary before. Very well. Let's see what you're made of.
I find this outrageous, so I humbly request that you
put your dick in that old whore. Give that bitch what she asking for.
Just kidding, bro. What's important here is that there is a conversation and choice system reminiscent of The Witcher 3. A lot of times you can choose whether to escalate a situation or not, whether to dig for more information or not. Sometimes I was the good guy, sometimes the bad guy, and sometimes faggot. Assassin's Creed Odyssey has a new mercenary metagame. As you kill people in the world, you get a bounty on your head, seen right here. This means that various mercenaries from around the world will hunt you down.
Eat your bones.
You can pay this bounty off or kill the people who are making the bounties if it gets too much for you, since this can make any fight escalate very quickly. When suddenly, out of nowhere, a handful of high-level mercenaries show up, you took a shit at the back of a booth. They usually drop high-level rewards though, and as you kill them, you rise in the mercenary ranks. This is somewhat similar to the cultists. Without giving away too many story details, these are mostly optional story targets that you first need to locate via finding clues. Also like The Witcher 3, you have to be patient if you want to be a good detective. There's a clue right there. Interesting. Fuck off, stupid goat. So they probably went this way. Okay, can you please? And lastly, it's important to note that Greece is divided into several regions. Each region is controlled by either Sparta or Athens. Does that remind you of anything? Stormcloaks and Imperials? Does that ring a bell?
Do you familiar with that story?
You can trigger conquest battles where you change the party that's in control, but first you have to reduce its control over the area through killing or destroying anything that is marked with a purple icon. Simple as that.
This is everything what I expect. On 5 October when game release, we're gonna talk. That's most important, 5 October. I know, understand, good reviews going to help them? I come here for smash this game. I don't feel nothing. You think I talk shit? I said Bruh, what a ride. What a freaking ride. I'm going to boil it down into 3 parts. The world, the story, and the RPG system. I'm going to use the ping pong style of argumentation. Oh yeah? Do you know that? No? Spaß!
The world is... I basically have to say this about every single Ubisoft game. It's ridiculous. It's insanity. It speaks for itself. The amount of detail, oh my god, so good. Oh, you love it. Just looking at it gives me goosebumps on my bellend. That's the starting island. Let's zoom out a bit. Okay. Why do they do this to me? It is beyond me how they recreate those places and time periods. It's jaw-dropping and just another sign that we are, in fact, born in the right generation. Can I get a ya?
Yeah.
Can I get a oh? Can I get a brr? Can I get a Gucci game? Despite the world being pretty homogeneous, I found most places very unique and full of personality. Even underwater, you get a great perspective on it. Every location offers a different kind of visual experience. The sea wildlife is amazing. Just totemoyoi. But it goes even further. The world has become way more dynamic and interactable. Assassin's Creed environments have always been quite sterile. That has changed to some degree, and it has become more of a sandbox, which is what I have been asking for a long time. Look, I just beat the shit out of some women, and then they took brooms and fought back, and then I fucking killed them, but what an adventure! It's not all Kiki, do you love me, are you riding? The Civil War aspect makes the game world so dynamic, right? Sorry? It does not make sense and is totally artificial. Listen, you help a faction gain control over a territory, and right afterwards they forgot everything about it and are hostile towards you in outposts. And the other way around too. I just helped Sparta take over and then I decided to kill off half their army. They didn't mind. It creates the opposite of a believable world. It makes it look fake, inconsequential, and it's quite frankly, and I'm sorry to say this, but it's just not even good. And guys, here's another problem. I had the same complaint in AC Origins.
They should have at least added some more enemy types.
There is a severe lack of enemy variety. Still, additionally, there are a few supernatural elements in the game. And once you step over that line, there is no going back. Now it's fantasy. So why the fuck would you not just make this a pure fantasy RPG and put in fucking monsters? It is a fact, a anal fact, that it would make the game so much better and more fun. You might say, Anton, it does not fit into Assassin's Creed lore, bro.
This is not a therapy session.
Let's be real. Ubisoft does not give a flying figgity fig about AC lore anymore. They haven't in a long time. There is no consistency in this garbage.
Looks third echelon. Or is it fourth?
The whole animus is just an excuse to travel to different locations. You want to be a real RPG, just fucking go for it already and stop restricting yourself by something that you have destroyed a long time ago. So please, okay? Just do it! When it comes to Assassin's Creed Odyssey's story specifically, this is a mixed bag as well. The real world aspect is as minimal as it is unnecessary and redundant. Who in the name of Alabama Hot Pocket gives a shit about all these emails? Greetings and salutations. Greetings and salutations. Greetings and salutations. Greetings and salutations. This is Spam! This is nothing but digital Spam! I believe, ich glaube, that no one needs this shit. I don't understand what this franchise stands for at this point, but if we zoom in and just focus on what's happening in Greece, I bring great news. Throughout the whole experience and the hundreds of conversations, the writing is consistently witty, funny, and interesting.
May I? Give it to me. Give it to me and I won't kill Marcos for having you steal it. Give it to me!
You want it?
Did he just shove the eye into ACG's asshole? Even the mass amount of go fetch quests offer intriguing backdrops and sometimes unexpectedly lead to insanely enjoyable quest chains with great payoffs and difficult decisions. They are rather black and white for the most part, but it's still cool to have a say in matters. I could relate to Alexius and I found him charming from the very first moment when I saw him humming on his rooftop. This is a real family drama and an emotional one. It got some conspiracy elements mixed into it with a nice dose of politics and mystery. Very nice. You even get to meet Socrates and other legendary Greek philosophers, and you'll learn a lot.
What good can one apple really do?
Well, taken daily, they can keep the doctor away.
Alright, damn, I appreciate your wisdom, brother. That's vomit. Sadly, this entire Odyssey is stretched harder than your mom's vagine after her appearance on Black.com. I mean, seriously, shish kebab. This is frustrating because the way in which the game unnecessarily prolongs its campaign is done through such transparently uninspired ways. Every person you talk to will need you to do 3 favors each time. It eventually leads to the main campaign losing track completely of what's important and focusing on stupid banalities. After doing 50,000 fucking favors for some fucking Scharmut and some fucking Kachba, I just thought, I don't even know like why I did that. I don't even know like what's happening. Not to mention that the conclusion is extremely sudden and anticlimactic. There's no gameplay or suspense peak. It just goes on for so long and then just comes to an end very abruptly. Ask your wife, she knows. And in terms of tying it in with the franchise as a whole, like I said before, this is the origin story to the origin story. I mean, no one gives a fuck anymore. And now, finally,
Number 3.
let's talk about what's most important to me.
TRPG-System.
I am so happy that they are turning it into a real RPG. I love the equipment system. It's awesome and highly appreciated. That's what I'm talking about. Fucking love it. Finding loot and different armor to try on just works. It always works and I will always love it. But as the game went on, I got a little disillusioned. Even though I love that there is armor now, I have something to complain. I hate when RPGs do this. Just a warning, it's gonna be subjective, but you know, that's me. That's just me. When the look of a piece of equipment is repeated a billion times and not unique or consistent. You'll find items at level 6 and 40 that look the same but have different names and stats. There are not that many dedicated sets. They just cycle through the same visual designs 1,000 times. I mean, I really lose attachment to my armor because of that, and I end up just looking at the numbers. I prefer to have a bit less armor pieces, but every piece is unique, like in Skyrim. The skill system has gotten a lot better since Origins. This time around, it was actually addicting. I was craving that level up, like, oh yeah, to get more and better skills. They all feel unique, fun, and necessary, the way it should be. And combat is always extremely enjoyable, even after 30 hours. Yet, I wish Ubisoft put some more effort into coming up with a creative and visually appealing skill system. Not another one of those fucking you got 3 categories. Be more innovative, yeah? Make it appealing visually, you know? Make it crazy, make it awesome. Okay, Hunsón?
Maybe you have noticed already. On paper, it has improved upon every single aspect of the last game, but it also has 0 surprises. And that's at the center of my critique here. When studios like Bethesda or Rockstar Games release a game, they try to change the industry, man. They have a vision. But Ubisoft games, they're so goddamn formulaic, so by the book, so standardized. Where are all your fresh ideas? In the grocery store?
About 20 hours into this game, there was still no end in sight. It took me an anal raping, faggot converting, minority reporting, gender oppressing, spermatozoid swallowing 40 fucking hours to get through the main campaign, or campaigns. The amount of content is through the roof if you include every side mission. I'm guessing you're looking at upwards of 100 hours here. How do they do it? How? It's fishy, isn't it? I'm not saying it involves child labor, but it certainly does.
Absolutely yes. RPGs make Rantoni pepperoni very horny, but you have to go all the way. Okay? Sometimes it helps to keep one ear on the street, yeah? And listen to the street.
You better bust that if you gon' pull that.
So my final rating is going to be a very good 8 out of 10. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and to support me on Patreon, because that's how this show keeps on going. And yeah. Anthony out. So stupid.